On today's Minute of the Apes, I'm trying to get you boys free money. All you have to do is buy coins and give it to work, and they will pay you to do it. It's like, and that guy that used to wear the Riddler costume on TV and say, here's how to get free government money. Just trust me.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
What is the divine bomb?
Well, I think that human is a dead human! There is fire, there is smoke.
The minute of the apes. The minute of the apes. The minute of the apes. The minute of the apes.
Hello and welcome to Minute of the Apes, the daily podcast where we break down every minute of the Planet of the Apes movies, 1 minute at a time. I'm Todd. I've got Richard over there, and talking about the illegal shit that somehow is legal of Sean buying coins, selling coins, and telling us how he can make money.
It's totally
it's
legal,
Sean.
man.
It's crazy Sean. He's got all kinds of schemes.
It's crazy Sean. The way you said that.
Richard and I are here playing with our flowing locks. Get it out of my eyes. Come on.
Crazy Sean.
I want to get you money.
right now.
You know, I don't want to go in politics here in minute 70, but just the other day I saw that that My Pillow thing. Is that crazy dude?
Yeah.
I hadn't seen one of his commercials in forever, and I went on a fishing trip with friends up to where I grew up in a small town, Texas, and sure enough, there's My Pillow. That dude. That's what I literally thought of when you said like that guy, and that's what I kept thinking. I was like, you're going to be a My Pillow pitchman eventually for coins.
I don't watch shows anymore that give me
Have commercials. Yeah.
Or
if you watch them, you can skip past them.
Or feed that kind of stuff that I would see those anymore. But
Right.
when I was a kid, those were like the staple of like late night
Right.
television.
Well, that's
right?
and it's the weird
or
thing.
Even a little bit to an adult when I was, coming home drunk from the bar and eating tacos, like it was,
Wait, I thought you were gay.
yeah, yeah, ding.
Hey-o.
So
That's the episode title. I thought you were gay.
okay, hang on. Everything's
I thought you were gay.
The weight is
That's hilarious.
crucial.
But there's always like those infomercials. So I found this out, by the way. I'm not sure if they still do this, but when Zeus first opened up, we decided to do a commercial.
I remember that.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I would do that. I did this commercial, and it wasn't pitchmen. It wasn't ridiculous. It was just like, hey, we've got this. Come down to Zeus. We got all that, whatever. It wasn't supposed to be intense. But when I went to cable to buy ads, I said, okay, I want to be in the Dragon Ball Z block at 4 p.m. That's $25 a spot. I'm okay with doing the 9 a.m. block that had Bugs Bunny, and that's only $4 a spot. I'm good with doing, these other channels at certain times. And depending upon the program, it wasn't a lot. $5, $6, $20,
Really?
$15 per spot. No, it wasn't bad at all. It adds up though, because
Sure.
once you kind of program doing that, you're
Was that like a daily buy, or is that buy for a day?
For a month.
Will you buy for a month? Okay. All right.
But it's cable. It's not broadcast. Broadcast.
no,
way
yeah.
much more expensive.
No, I understand, because cable you can see where they go from a national feed to, all right, now here's our local commercial, and then back to the national feed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you could buy these ads, and it's easy to spend $1,000 or more a month running these commercials, but they weren't bad. What was fantastic about it is if they didn't sell the ad space, they would autofill.
Oh.
So my ad for the store was running like Home and Garden TV
Wow.
and CNN in all these random blocks of times when people weren't really there. What was the point of this?
The My Pillow.
That's why you'd see
The My
those
Pillow guy. The My Pillow guy. Yeah.
But that's why you'd see those random ads that
Right.
didn't make any sense for the context of what you're watching, it particularly late night, because they didn't sell, ads for whatever late night show was on. The reruns of I Love Lucy on Channel 42. They were just autofilling from ads they already had.
And I will just say this to wrap this up, and I promise everyone we're moving on to Apes.
Oh,
but
Apes.
the reason I even brought that in,
At some
again, I
point.
went on a fishing trip, and it was literally at the lake that is by the town I grew up in, and everyone's watching it, and they're like, Todd, you work kind of in broadcast stuff. How did you ever get interested in this shit? Because it's, you know, the worst television in the whole world, and you see the My Pillow commercial every 5 minutes. So it's a very different thing. I'd never thought about, you know, placing all your stuff with cable, and that's how you did it. And the funny thing is, I watch so much TV, I'm shocked I never saw your commercials. Do you still have them anywhere?
It was only ran it for a while, and it was kind of fun because kids would come down and quote my lines from the commercial. Like,
Oh, really?
Anything exciting. We got Dragon Ball Z, we got this, we got that. But I never really I did pitchmen. I should have had that much fun and been that crazy over the top. And I'm sure they do. I'm sure those pitchmen do that. We want to have this over the top big commercial.
Right.
And I, based upon what I've done with the variants, I could make a kick-ass commercial.
I think you should do some more. And you know what I think you should do? I think you should talk about minute 70 of Battle for the Planet of the Apes. So
Let's talk about
Sean,
Apes.
tell us what's going on in minute 70.
All right, we're going to start minute 70 with Caesar saying smoke screen and ends with apes and mutants dealing death side to each side.
All right, here comes minute 70, Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
Smoke screen! Here they come! Where's Orno? Probably the other side of the valley by now.
As of minute 70, we have a village worth of apes and humans, plus a ghost city's worth of radioactive people, and no more corny. So I guess we're giving up the search for Ricky.
Yes, Ricky is gone. So visually, we see a lot more of what we've seen before. Mutants closing in on the apes. Caesar and Virgil shooting into the smoke screen. More mutants, explosions, bodies dropping. And the one visual element that gets tossed in that's a little different is we see Lisa inside her hut with the
At the very
doctor.
end, yeah.
So that is the one visual element that we want to make sure we touch on that's different than everything else. But let's start off at the very top. Why do we need to acknowledge the
I
smoke
was
screen?
about to say, I mean, how did Caesar crack the code that they're laying down a smoke screen? Obviously he has to be in charge. He's a genius.
We mentioned that this was a kid's movie, and that is something you would say as a child. Smoke screen.
They're laying down a smoke screen. Yes,
I know.
we see what they're doing. They're
Laser
also
beam.
shooting. Guess what? They're
Like
shooting at us.
It's kind of
I think
of
they
fun.
want us
Smoke
dead.
screen. Laser beam. Like I expected the Power Rangers to pop out at some point and do some crazy
Invisible shield.
I also
Exactly.
wanted to say
can't hit me.
It was fantastic. I loved it.
they've thrown down a
Loved
smoke
it.
screen. By the way, they're not diverging on the path they were on. Just
They're
keep
still
shooting
going
in the
the
same
exact same
place. You can
direction
hit
they
them.
were
I
going.
promise you're
Yeah.
going to hit them. Just keep shooting.
Loved it. Loved it. Smoke screen. What do you mean, Flash Gordon approaching?
Oh, by the way, Flash Gordon, Taika Waititi's making a new
Doing
live action
another
Flash
version,
Gordon.
yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes, Taika
It was
Waititi. I'm
originally
like,
supposed to be a cartoon, and
And now
now they're
it's-
making it live action.
I was like, woo!
I'm in.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. I love the
mean,
classic one. That's
He's
so
perfect
fantastic.
for that film, though. He's perfect for that.
Well, if you don't get a little Volko with it, die!
True. So
Yes.
there's
Flash Gordon. Sorry.
I knew I shouldn't have gone down the Flash Gordon path. I think the three
do I
of
need
us
to go
probably
grab my
love it a little
DVD
too
real
much.
quick?
No.
We're not in the Flash Gordon minute. Sorry.
So there's not
So let's like.
there's not a lot you really can break down and talk about, because the one thing that I'll say that the minute at least has is finally it's a gun battle that makes sense. Guns are shot, people fall.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of get some of that. Now there's calamity happening.
Some of the falling is a little bit silly, like at 22 seconds or 21 seconds in, where the guy next to the bus, I guess, gets shot and does the slowest barrel roll ever onto the ground.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's another one that gets shot in here somewhere, and this gets into movie things. You know, when people get shot And let's say they get shot in the head and the body still runs and falls. I'm like, no, that should drop.
Yeah, just like a marionette getting their strings cut.
Right. And there's at least one person now looking for it. Oh, it's about 35 seconds. He just falls. Okay, great. We've got some great action, people dying. If you're going to have this battle, that's what you need.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, though.
But some of the sound effects, to me, honestly, sound a little bit to the equivalent of what Richard was talking about of smokescreen. It almost sounds of the adult version of going pew 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 bang bang. I mean, they don't feel like they have any weight behind them.
Okay, now I'm going to get nitpicky. So there's an explosion at 50 seconds with a chimpanzee upon a cart, and that explosion comes behind him. Should the concussion wave knock that dude forward, or should he flail backward like he does? That bugs the shit out of me.
Yeah, it should blow him forward. Yeah.
There's something we're missing here in this entire minute. The fact that Virgil and Caesar are side by side shooting guns, and we're missing like the buddy aspect of these two guys going to war.
True.
I really like literally like the orangutan is right next to the chimp going choo 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 choo, and I'm like, that's kind of cool. I just want to see them go out and fight some battles and do some spy shit. I don't know. It's kind of fun.
Do some spy shit. I could just see he and Virgil walking around being all suave.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think I might put the filter I had on earlier on them.
You get to see the James Bond version of the opening with Virgil coming through with a gun, and they turn towards him, and Virgil just fires the whole clip like that. This is everything.
Exactly. Caesar goes, yeah, that's my boy. That's what we're doing. All
right, so go ahead, Sean.
No, I think we're going to say the exact same thing. We get to Caesar going, hey, or where's Aldo? And everybody's saying he's on the other side of the valley. Why would so are they saying Aldo is running away? I mean, because we don't know where the other side of the valley is. Again, we have not set up how this location is. I don't know where the other side of the valley is. So does that mean he's running away or trying to go behind him? I don't know.
It's just a way of saying he's not here. So we get at least what I asked for yesterday, which is the question of where's Aldo. But to have more conflict, we should have had Caesar scream at him, "Where are you going?" We should have had that.
Come back.
Come back. We need you here. You have that, and then it becomes an issue.
I mean, only talking about this minute. Yeah, where is Aldo? So this line was actually supposed to be spoken by a guerrilla cavalryman who goes, "Where's Aldo?" And the cavalryman too is supposed to say, "Coming."
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we can talk about the next minute. But
well,
right now,
okay. Look, fine. I got to, before we do any of that, I got to ask 54 seconds. Why do we cut to the shot of the doctor looking out the window and Lisa looking so nonplussed?
She should be hearing this gunfire and explosions going on.
I realize her son has died, but
I'm thinking my
have some
safest
reaction.
places in my house that had just been blown up.
They're blowing up trees. So obviously the safest place is not your tree.
It's such a weird we're
just cut away for a second.
Watching outside to see this terrible stuff that's going on in our house.
It feels like to me they just wanted to make sure that you remembered that these characters still existed because they have so little to do in this movie. Lisa has been in a council meeting sitting in the chair. She's told her son to stop playing war, and she was out there when he was found hurt and then when he died. That's like her 4 scenes. So I think they were trying to make sure that you remember Lisa still exists. Caesar still has a family. Even though his son is dead, he's still fighting for something.
This should be a shot of
so many good things right there.
That should be a shot of Lisa by Cornelius's body. And the doctor being like, "Oh my God!"
And like every time the explosion happens, maybe Lisa grabs him a little bit tighter, or
like she's holding on to him.
And
the doctor they need to cut from an explosion. The doctor reacting like, "Oh my God, we've got to go.
We've got to get out of here." Yeah,
this would make sense, but it's just that moment of nothing. Nothing happens. No one's reacting. Okay, whatever. I guess they're behind a smoke screen too.
So what? Yeah. So some of the other notes I had here is What is the mutants' ultimate goal here? To take over the settlement? They have no backups. Once every bullet that they shoot and every mortar